Welcome back to Land House. It's 10 o'clock on Saturday morning. Still have a bit of a cold. It's been 2 weeks, so I think maybe it's moved into allergies, which I'm not used to. So I want to jump into a project list real quick and get a lot of stuff done today. First thing on the list, I was given a wheelbarrow from my friend, and I want to put some of this slime in the tires, and then I also bought some of this, which I've never used before, Bondo. Now, it doesn't really mention plastic on here, but it says metal and fiberglass, so I'm hoping that is going to work on a plastic wheelbarrow tank, or tub. I want to install Ashley's coffee shelf, which is this right here. We just got that a couple of days ago, and the problem was the hooks are like 30 inches apart, which is strange, and our studs are 16 inch on center. So I just got a board I'm going to paint and then get that put up. Let's see. Ashley's been asking for a vanity mirror for quite some time now, and I'm going to start on that today. At least get the frame cut and put together. Let's see, I want to sew some of my hammock if I have the chance. All I have left is to do the bug netting and zipper, and it will be done. And then we'll get that video finished. And then the last thing that I really want to do today is get the dining room table and chairs painted white. Now, my parents just brought these chairs back from Mississippi, so I think I'm gonna paint those white as well. We've had black chairs for a long time and black table. We're gonna keep the top white, or the brown color, but I bought this paint here from Lowe's, and it's supposed to dry as kind of a chalk feel. And so, yeah, that's the plan for today. So let's head outside and get this wheelbarrow video started. Okay, I just got the wheelbarrow finished up here for the first coat at least. This Bondo stuff is quite powerful. Definitely something you don't want to breathe in more than you have to. So okay, I'm gonna just go inside and start working on some indoor projects for the moment. I'll let this sit out here and cure for about, I think it said 30 minutes, so I'll give it probably an hour, and gives me time to go do some other stuff inside. Moving on to getting the support board painted for Ashley's coffee mug holder. Definitely didn't want to have to do this, but I don't see any other way of getting 30-inch on center holes to fit onto the studs that we have, especially since the studs are not on the sides of that wall, which I'll show you that in just a minute when I get this dried out here. I just started on Ashley's vanity mirror. I have the first piece clamped in here, and because this AZEC takes so long to cure, I've just got one clamp here, and it's going to cure for 24 hours, but should be pretty nice whenever it's done. You can see the finish that it has on now, and for places like this where it's rough, we'll actually have this smaller trim board on the outside to make it look a little bit more finished. So definitely looking nice here. Well, the board is now finished here. It has dried. I've got this inside here. So I just measured from this door frame to that wall, and it was 46 inches. So this is 31 and a half. So 46 minus 31 and a half is 14 and a half. So I need 7 and a quarter on both sides of this board to make it even. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and take tape measure and a pen and mark this out so that I know where I am. So Ashley wants this where she can get her cups about right here, so it's not too high for her. So I better set this up and make sure I'm working with the right height here. So we're looking about right there, I'd say, because the cups will hang down just enough. So, all right. Okay, so with that height in mind, I'm going to go ahead and take out 7 and a quarter from both sides. And that will get this thing centered on this wall. And then I need to find my studs in here. Okay, I went ahead and slapped this board up here just real quick. Now I've got my bubble level. Okay, I got that up. Hopefully it will be at a good height for Ashley. It's probably a little bit high for stuff like on the top shelf here. If she doesn't like it, I will move it back down, but my thoughts were a coffee mug is going to hang down to about there, and so if it was too much lower, you couldn't get the stuff like in here, but we'll see what she thinks about that. To put these baskets up in here that I guess she will be using for some storage space. Something to that effect. But anyway, so that's another one of my projects completed for today. And one of my favorite things about completing a project is coming in here and marking it off. Very cool. Thanks for being here and watching my projects get completed. So my list for today had to paint the table and chairs for the living room, but I really would want to do that outside, and it's very rainish right now, so I think instead of that I'm going to come over here and load up some more of these paver stones so I can finish the last square of the walkway up to the front porch from the cars. So the problem is they're kind of buried in here in some snaky grass, but I bet if I could just get to them here. Yeah. Yeah. If this vlog doesn't come out, you'll know that I was bit by a bad spider. Don't cry, baby Emma. Don't cry. We're almost done outside. She's giving me that look like we should be inside. Good morning. Just got off of work. I'm here at my parents' house to pick up my kayaks. My niece would like to go kayaking for the first time. Aren't they magnificent? They're so old. And so I'm going to pick those up here and get them in the car. And also, I'm going to go over here and get the paddles and backrests. Without the backrests, these kayaks are uncomfortable in about 15 minutes, so definitely don't want to forget those. Let's see here. I hope I don't get impaled.
All right, Piper, go get in the boat. He's gonna help you.
All right.
Can you help her?
Right here. I think she, yeah, I can help her.
You got it, baby. There you go.
All right. All right, is that comfortable? All right, you're gonna hold on to this. Let's see, hands on the top side, like that. Actually, let me adjust this real quick. Okay, there we go. All right, I'm gonna push off. You ready? Here we go.
I need you.
Okay, here he is.
We're floating.
Do you want me to push you off?
No, I'm about to slide. I want you to hold. I'm actually sliding, so.
Okay, here.
Dip this side. Push.
Hey, Jude.
There you go.
You got it?
We are almost above the water line. Yeah, that's okay.
I have to tell you something.
What do you have to tell me?
There is another pond.
Are you gonna go voyage, Moana?
I promise. I promise, everybody.
successful trip. I am almost done with my hammock. So I found a zipper attachment, which has made this really nice. Let's see if I can focus here. This little shoe right here makes a gap between the zipper and the other fabric. And so when it starts to go up here, it just holds it in place. Super nice. So all I have to do now is attach the bug netting to the other side of this zipper, and just a couple little stitches on the end of the zipper to make sure it doesn't come undone, and I am done. So we'll take this outside and make a review video on the new hammock, so should be exciting. I should be a stroller tester. Emma and I just off-roaded it to my hammock setup spot, didn't we, girl? She had a good old time. Yeah, good time. So I've picked these trees here, and where are we? Yeah, those two, and then this one as my hammock setup testing grounds, because I just finished my hammock. It's taken several weeks, but it's done now. So I'm gonna get that set up and then film a hammock video real quick. Do you want to see what a 1/4 mile of Teflon tape looks like? Bam, 32 rolls of Teflon tape. This typically covers ram pumps for about a year, so a lot of Teflon tape. Do you want to see what a pound of goose down looks like? It's huge. That is 1 pound of down for my upcoming underquilt for the hammock, and I'll be using some of this for the top quilt as well, but I was not expecting this big of a bag for 1 pound. Do you want to see me model my new Patagonia Capitoline boxer shorts? No! Whatever you do, don't model that underwear for YouTube. Who are you? I'm you from the future. Nobody wants to see that. Okay, I won't model them. Doesn't that mean though I changed the timeline and you won't exist? That doesn't matter. Don't model the underwear. Oh well, I guess you won't get to see me model my new underwear. This is my do-it-yourself tarp that I made for hammock camping. And my first trip out, it had a few leaks here on the ridge line. And I think that's because the sealant I tried to use wasn't going to stick to the sill nylon. And so I got this sill net from Ripstop by the Roll that's supposed to stick to this stuff. Now it actually gets off in about 5 hours, which means I have to do this quick and get her kitchen chair back in the house before she knows it. And don't tell her. So this stuff is supposed to sit on this for about 3 to 5 hours to cure. So I've got just enough time to get this done. It came with this little brush. I guess you're supposed to put on the brush and then just rake it on here. It's a lot like the super glue from what I can tell. I'm out here in the workshop now trying to get Ashley's vanity mirror done. I'm putting the holes in now for all of these. They fit pretty well. One of the problems I have with the hole saw is I have to get the piece cleaned out from inside of here. So what I've been doing is taking it off and then hitting it with a screwdriver several times so it pokes through enough. And then I use some channel locks to yank that out. So let's see if I can get this next piece out. I think this mirror is gonna look nice whenever I get it done. I just actually wanted a really nice mirror, and I was looking at them on the internet, and they really were about $500 a piece. And I was just thinking, there is no way that we're going to be paying $500 for a mirror when I could hopefully make one for less than $100. There we go. Well, it's Wednesday evening again, which means it's time to end the vlog. I hope you've enjoyed watching this episode. I've had a good time this week. Got a lot of stuff done and just starting to get over my cold after 2 weeks, which is just crazy. So what's happening next week? I'd like to work some more on Ashley's Vanity mirror. I've started working on the Underquilt for my hammock, which should be a fun project. I'd like to do some more work on the workshop because winter is going to be here before you know it, and I want to have the sheathing done out here so that this winter, when it's cold, I can go inside and really get some stuff done out there. So I may spend close to $100 buying, well, that's what, 3 sheets of this stuff, so won't get too much done with that this upcoming week, but just something I'd like to get started with. I guess if you've made it to this point in a vlog, then you are a true Land to House fan, so thank you so much for being here. This is vlog 40, which means this is 40 weeks of consecutive vlogs. So I don't intend on ever stopping them unless something happens, so I hope you do enjoy them. I did make a list last week that I forgot to mention it, and that was the plants that I like in the garden that I would actually eat if I planted. So here it is: blueberries, raspberries, watermelon, cantaloupe, zucchini, garlic, cucumbers, nectarines, corn, sweet peas, grapes, seedless of course, and potatoes. And I did not put on there, there's another tree, mulberries. Did I put mulberries on there? No. So I want to plant a mulberry tree and a couple of nectarine trees. Probably put them right down here in this little triangular spot, because that would get pretty well full sun most of the day. Yeah, so that's the plan. So if you can think of some of your favorite garden plants, write that down below. I wrote this list because in the past I've planted garden plants and never did eat them, so I didn't want to waste food. I may add things like kidney beans and pinto beans because I do eat those, but that was just my list. Thank you so much for being part of Land to House. I appreciate you, and I will see you next week for another exciting vlog. Bye.